What is going on, everybody? As we all know, it is October of 2020, and we are closing in on October 31st, which, if you don't know, is Halloween. So today's conspiracy theory is going to be just a little bit different. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and welcome. So what conspiracy theory are we going to be talking about today? Is it a normal conspiracy theory? Is it a Halloween conspiracy theory? What kind of conspiracy theory is it? Well, it is a Halloween conspiracy theory, and it's actually a 2009 film by the name of Coraline. Don't be a Mr. Bobinski talking about some Caroline. It's Coraline. So we're going to hop right into this, guys. Okay, so for the 2009 film Coraline, if you haven't seen the movie, well, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but, spoilers. Come on now. But if you have good, go ahead and grab your popcorn and sit on down, buckaroo. Alright, so in the beginning of the movie Coraline, it's easily simple to say that some kind of figure is undoing a rag doll. Now, the further examination, this rag doll that is being undone is one of the three children whose souls were eaten by what Coraline addresses as a witch later on in the movie. Now, after the undoing of a doll, a new doll is now made, and what seems to be later in the movie dressed as Coraline. The movie Coraline partakes in the fact that there's another dimension. Or we could look at it as making a deal with the devil. How? Well, just stay tuned for that. We're going to get into that. So according to the traditional Christian belief about witchcraft, the pact is between a person and Satan or a lesser demon. The person offers their soul in exchange for diabolical favors. These favors may vary by the tale, but tend to include youth, knowledge, wealth, fame, or power. Now, even though Coraline doesn't solely walk up to the witch asking for favors, she is tricked into getting a taste of what life is like, having everything that she craves. However, all free trials come to an end, and to continue you must pay a price, in which Coraline must give up her eyes. In the movie, eyes are a resemblance of their souls. Now, the doll from the beginning of the room appears into Coraline's presence wrapped up in a paper with a note that reads, "Hey Jonesy, look what I found in Grandma's trunk. Look familiar? YB." Now, quickly before we move on, I just want to say that the conspiracy theory towards Coraline has multiple directions that we'll later discuss. But as we keep going on through this conspiracy theory of the Coraline movie, go ahead and comment down what you think this is going towards. Now, being that Coraline's parents work around the clock for a garden magazine, they pay little to no attention to Coraline, leaving this ragdoll Coraline's only friend. Now, here's where some people view Coraline the movie to be a warning for domestic abuse. I think it's about selling your soul to the devil, but hey. To each his own. Moving on, however, as Coraline and Coraline doll explore the house, she stumbles on what seems to be a door covered by wallpaper. Coraline gets her mother's attention for a few minutes, opens the door, and breaks. Later that night, Coraline is awakened by mice who lead Coraline to the door of bricks. However, the bricks vanished, and Coraline looks down a tunnel/portal to the other dimension, or the other world. Now, taking note of this other dimension, not only is it more colorful and full of more joy, but if you look closely in this other dimension/other world, the sad blue little boy in the living room is now happy. Then a few seconds in, we're now greeted by Other Mother, aka the witch, aka the devil. She makes everything for Coraline a loving, happy place to be. But she's weirdly off, and I'm not talking about the button eyes either. Coraline's other mother is never seen eating the food she makes for Coraline, and with further examination and watching the movie, she only eats bugs. Now, you can kind of see this playing back into the normal house. The wallpapers have bug designs on them. Also, noting the three children on the wall in the dining room in what looks to be like dining plates. Now, fast forwarding into the movie, Coraline then goes to see Miss Spink and Miss Forcible, which, can I just say, are just madly weird, and not even in the taxidermy weird. They're just weird. Back in the normal original world of Coraline, they do a psychic reading telling her she's in grave danger. Thinking nothing of it, she continues with her life. Moving along, however, by the second or third visit, Coraline pieces together that the other mother is evil and tries to say deuces. Unfortunately, she's trapped. She then meets the unfortunate souls who have deemed the similar scenarios. They warn Coraline by saying the other mother, or Beldam, which is just an old witch who spies on them, lures them into the other world, and eats their souls. Did I say this is a PG film for kids? Because, yeah, it is. Anyway, sounding much like the devil, doesn't it? Watching where you are unhappy, luring you by yourself, and making the deal. However, to conclude the movie, Coraline goes back to the original world where she finds out that her parents' souls are now also taken, but they are not eaten. And before Coraline goes back into the other world, she goes and meets Miss Spink and Forcible, where she's given what's called a hagstone, in which when you look into the hole, you'll be able to see through witches' disguises. After challenging the beldam for the freedom of her, the children, and her parents, Coraline successfully finds the souls of the kids with help of her furry friend. However, when making a deal with the devil, or in this case the beldam, you're never meant to win. The children with the lost souls inform Coraline of this and tell her to be wise, because even if she does win, the beldam won't let her go. Sneaky Coraline tells the beldam she has found her parents in order to unlock the door back to the regular world, and just when the beldam thinks she's won the soul of Coraline, Coraline quickly throws her furry friend, which galls out the witch's button eyes, causing the beldam to go blind. But just when Coraline thinks she's safe, she falls into the witch's web. Luckily, Coraline gets out and back into the normal world with the help of the 3 children. But unfortunately, it's not over. The witch's hand somehow supposedly gets back into the regular world with Coraline, looking for the key that Coraline had took with her. In Coraline's dream, she's visited by the 3 children, where they warn her that the beldam is coming. As long as the key is still there, she will try to come back. Coraline then wakes up and ventures to throw the key away down the well. Right before she does, the hand of the witch tries to attack her, but thankfully comes along YB to the rescue. They throw the key away, and her parents now attempt to spend more time with Coraline. Now, the whole moral of the story is never trust anybody, especially if it seems too good. Now, where the conspiracy theory comes into play is that some people think that this points to domestic abuse due to the fact that, similar to the beldam, an abusive partner or friend will manipulate you with showers of love and attention to gain your trust, and then will act in the way that they would like. Or, in other conspiracy theories, just simply don't make a deal with the devil. However, some other people think that the movie is a metaphor for drug use, being Coraline's escape from reality, being under the influence of psychedelic drugs. But hey, you decide. Now, with that being said, that is the entire movie of the Coraline and how it contributes into a conspiracy theory and other ways, which I think is making a deal with the devil. Some other people think that it's domestic abuse, and some other think that it's, how I said, drug abuse. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and also comment down what you guys think. Do you guys think it's domestic abuse, making a deal with the devil, or being under the influence of psychedelic drugs? And if you want to see more conspiracy theories like this on movies or just regular conspiracy theories, whether they be a conspiracy theory towards ghosts or paranormal stuff, let me know down in the comment section below, because I love doing these kind of stuff and it's actually really fun. But that's going to be all for today, guys. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for coming back to the Plugcast, which is probably the dumbest podcast from all around the world. Now, with that being all said, Plugcast is out.
Too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray. See, I finally opened